Brian Foster from We Are Films here, and today we're going to teach you about transitions. Are you not transitioned? If you put one clip next to another clip, boom, 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 it's a transition. Me, I personally love to get super creative with the transitions, and it can really take your videos to the next level. So today I'm going to show you my 5 favorite easy transitions in Adobe Premiere Pro. And if you learn something, please hit the like, subscribe, whatever, whatever helps us creators. And let's jump right into it. So this one, all you have to do is shoot your subject and whip the camera whichever way you want. In this case, we whipped it to our right. You cut it between the whip, and when you shoot your next scene, you whip it the same direction that you whipped it to end it last time. You started with it this time. And if you cut it right, you're gonna get some cool transitions. This one we went down. So I wanted to start up and continue to go down on the next one. So here I just started from the ceiling and went down. Find a good time to cut. So I already have my clips on the timeline, and I have my subject walk in front of the wall, and then I stopped at the next wall. But make sure you put your camera in front of the wall. Make it as dark as possible. It's going to make for an easier transition. You cut those down where you like it. Go to your next clip, do the same thing. Start in front of a wall. Cut where you need to. And boom. So our next transition is a mask transition, and this one is really popular and it's really easy to do. This one is not in camera. So what you do, take your first clip, put your second clip, and then you want to go to this little button right here, export frame. From your you want to start at the very beginning of your second clip, and it's going to show the starting of your second clip. Go to export frame, click that, save wherever you want. You could save it over here in your projects. You can set your settings to where it comes in automatically. I like to keep that separate, so I put it right on my desktop. What it does is just saves you a still frame. So you take your still frame. If you see, it'll kind of just pause through. You click on your still image. You go over to your effects controls in the top left. And opacity, you grab the pen tool. I like to get a little closer, so I'll go to fit, about 75% for this. And I want to bring this microphone in. So let's make a quick mask around the microphone. And here we go to fit screen, and you'll see that it is just the microphone that's out now. Of course, we don't want it to be like that. Let's go in here. Let's feather the mask a bit. And what we're going to do is go to the very end of your still shot, go to the top of your effects controls, and we are going to set a keyframe on the scale and the position. And I want it to be that size by the time it gets back, but we'll go to the beginning of the clip and then we'll move it down. And in this case, I kind of want to move it around here. That way it kind of looks like it came from the microphone. And let's do one more, kind of show you. So we start at the end of the clip. Frame hold, which is your little camera button. Mine goes straight to my desktop. That way I can regulate it later. Set our still shot above our first clip. Remember, it matches to the second one. Pen tool. Let's do the gas can. It's going to be a rough mask just for transition and time purposes. Go around the hand. This has nothing to do with this, so remember, go to the end of the clip, set whatever you want to change. This time we'll set a keyframe on rotation, scale, and position. Go to the beginning. Let's say we just want it to come out of the left. Let's rotate it a bunch. Let's make it fun. And this is a zoom transition. This one's going to be a little easier. We click this new item button down here. Click adjustment layer, whatever your size is. Okay. Take the adjustment layer, line it up between the two clips. I feel like this works better if you do a wide angle shot and then a close-up shot to kind of give the zoom a reason, right? So we take the adjustment layer, we lay it over this. Let's lower it down a little bit. We don't want it to zoom too much, but maybe move it to this side a little more. So we go to our transform, we go to effects controls and go to transform, and add the transform effect here. So first we set keyframes. I like to just set keyframes to all of it. I don't care if I use it or not. So I started at the very beginning of our adjustment layer. And I will go to the end of the clip here, and I will just zoom it in, move it around where you'd like it. Come down here to our shutter angle. Let's crank that all the way up. Go back to the end of your clip and let's move everything back. And that's this button. This just puts everything at default. And for our last transition, we are going to do the through the eye transition that seems to be really popular. Let's take a clip where you can clearly see the eye. You can get a lot closer than this. I'm doing this for tutorial sake. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. Except we have to, since it's going to be our first clip, we might have to pull it forward so we can actually get the clip we want. We click on your still frame. Again, mine's on my desktop. Set this right at the end. So it's going to almost be reverse of what we did for the masking transition. You see how it's frozen? So what we do here is we go to fit, bring it in a little bit. We'll bring it in a lot, 100% or so. We take our masking tool and we'll just cut around the eye. You might have to click around to get the mask how you want it. You should just have an eyeball left. So we go down and we push invert. Go back to fit the screen, and now we have a hole in my eye. So next we want to go up. You want to click anchor point, which is right here. You take your blue dot in the middle, but you want to move it to the eyeball. We start by keyframing everything from the beginning. Let's do the scale and position. And then we'll go to our end of our clip. Go one back just so you can see what you're doing, and just zoom it all the way in.
Alright guys, this has been Brian Foster again with We Are Films. I really hope that you guys enjoyed a little tutorial today, you know, learned a little bit about transitions, maybe sparked a little creativity in you, and you can use that on, you know, your next project.
Has anybody seen my camera?
No.